Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sell books on Amazon, specifically on Kindle for free in 2017. Mostly I'm going to focus on ebooks because ebooks are much cheaper. They're actually free to create and you can do them much more in volume to make a lot more money from them. Now, if you want to do a regular like paperback or hardback book, these strategies will work in many cases for them as well. You'll just have to actually have the book manufactured, shipped, and all that. But selling books on Amazon can be easily a six-figure business if you do it well. I've seen people publish as many as 6 or 7 books a week. And I'm going to show you some of the strategies, a 10-step strategy for creating, researching, and selling your books. So the first thing you need to do, of course, is get a KDP account. This is how you actually sell your book. This is how you actually upload it to where it ends up on Amazon. So you go to kdp.amazon.com, create a free account. It allows you to publish your books, get up to 70% royalties, sell them in a lot of major countries, as you can see here under the Make More Money tab. And within 24 to 48 hours, your book appears in the store from when you publish it. So it's a great way to make money. It's easy, it's free to sign up, and you're getting on one of the biggest retailers in the world. Once you have your account, you need to find a good niche you could rank in on Amazon. To find your niche, first off, I want to recommend that you start out with nonfiction. Now, if you want to do a fiction book, you are going to probably want to write a book that's at least 100 pages because people expect a very entertaining experience. They expect something that will keep their attention for a long time, that they really enjoy throughout the book. And you're going to have to make up pretty much everything. So as far as nonfiction, it's based off of research, it's based off of facts and things like that. So it's much easier to find information to put in your book. And it's much easier to create a smaller book and actually have it do really well. So you want to do that, I think, as far as at least starting out. Nonfiction is the way to go. To find a good niche, there's a few things you can do. So for instance, let's say you're looking at books. You type in how to. So we're going to do the how to method. Basically what you do, you type in how to, and you see what comes up. Now you're looking for things that are pain points for people or something that's a huge passion for people. What gets the biggest emotional response? So things that do really well for mass publishing books and making an income from them with Kindle are typically things that have kind of a strong emotional connection to them, like how to quit smoking, or how to quit binge eating, or how to stop drinking. Things like that that people really struggle with day to day, that are looking for solutions that work. Those types of books sell really well. So what you can do is type in how to. If you don't really have an idea of what you want to do yet, go to how to in the search engine and just go through each letter here. So you'll find the most popular searches for how to. You click Q, and then how to quit smoking, how to quilt, how to quit sugar, how to quit your job, how to quilt for beginners, things like that. So for instance, you got a couple of ideas here: how to quit smoking, how to quit drinking. Those are two good ones. How to quit sugar. You could do something about how to quit eating sugar, or how to get over a sugar addiction. Now you can go to W. So you're just going down the keyboard, and this helps me come up with great ideas without having to think up something or take an hour or so just to come up with some idea. How to win friends, how to write a book, how to write a novel, how to write a business plan, how to write a screenplay, how to win the lottery. Those types of things, it just gives you all kinds of ideas. So you're going just down each letter of the keyboard after writing how to, and it will give you some great ideas. So once you've done that, once you've found some ideas that are related to a customer having a strong emotional tie, like how to quit smoking, how to quit drinking, stuff like that, that people are looking to cure or looking to build on or extremely passionate about, you can take those and you need to work on finding keywords to figure out if you could actually rank for those topics. So number 3 is keyword research. There's a few tools I want to recommend to you for keyword research. One is the keyword planner for Amazon. So let's say you, or not Amazon, but Google AdWords. So you would just create a free Google AdWords account, use the keyword planner, and you type in your subject here. So like how to quit smoking, for instance. You can get ideas, and then it'll come up with all kinds of things that you could do. Now, I already did this. It's called the keyword filter. You go over here on the left side, click that, go down here. It says competition, high, medium, or low, and you want to check low right here and click save, and that will come up with different search results related to yours, what you typed in, except with low competition. So you want to look at searches compared to the competition level. You want to start out with low, maybe medium, but definitely not high competition. This is not Amazon specific, but because it's Google, the biggest website in the world, and a search engine, it will apply in many cases to just about any other search engine on any other site. So it'll be similar. It'll just show you what people tend to be searching for right now and what keywords would have less competition while still having a lot of volume. So how to quit smoking, pretty popular. A lot of people search for this. A lot of people have struggles with it. You might look for something that has at least a few thousand searches per month and then low competition. So smoking effects. Maybe you could do a book about the effects of smoking and why you should quit based on the facts of what it actually does to your body or something like that. You could do other things. You could do cigarette addiction. It's got 100 to 1,000 monthly searches. That might work. So go for low competition. Go for something that has at least a few thousand searches. And you can use the keyword planner tool for that. If you want to go to more of an Amazon specific keyword tool, you could type in how to quit smoking on the keywordtool.io. That's the website, keywordtool.io. And then you could go to the Amazon. See, as you start out, you are on the Google keyword tool. You can go to the Amazon keyword tool and do this, and it'll come up with the top results. But the thing about this is you're going to have to pay to see search volume, cost per click, competition, and things like that. The thing is, you may not need to do that. I would combine the free version of keywordtool.io, just taking the top results here, with the keyword planner to see the competition, and taking these top results, putting them in the keyword planner, and seeing what the competition and searches are for those things. So I didn't see a reason to necessarily get the paid version. You might, maybe you want to just have it all in one place, but you can use them together, the keyword planner and the keywordtool.io for Amazon, and find some great subjects. Then, of course, you want to use the actual search engine for Amazon. So this is the search bar. You go to books as the category, and let's say you type in how to quit smoking. So obviously I spelled that wrong. So you'll look at the top results. The thing you want to do here to figure out if you have a chance of ranking and making a lot of money from a book, a niche book specifically, you look at the top 5 results. So this one has 1,400 plus reviews with a 4.5 star average. That's going to be tough to beat. This one has 1,100 plus reviews, 4.5 star. So the top 2 results are pretty much solidified. You would have to be a special smoking doctor with a huge following to beat this guy out, Alan Carr. So you may not want to do that. You can't get in the top 2 results really. Your best bet would be to get in the 3rd spot. So maybe you'll get good traffic. I'm sure you would, especially if you made your book cheaper than the top 2 options while still being extremely compelling, which we'll talk about more in a minute. But when it comes to getting in the top 2 spots, it's probably just not going to happen. So it might be worth it, it might not be. To start out, to really see success from your first book, I would go for something with less competition in the first 2 spots. So let's say you got a little more specific. So how to quit smoking for women. You could do something like that. As you can see, the top results are much easier to beat now. You have one. The second one is, it has 1 5-star review. So you could easily beat that. All you need is a couple of good reviews, maybe a better cover, maybe a better title that's more compelling. And you can easily beat out most of these on here. So you could easily just add something like that. I recommend not doing gender specific books or race specific books or things like that that can really narrow down your potential audience. But you may have to get a little more specific just to rank your first books. So How to Quit Smoking may or may not be a good one. Maybe you could do, you go back to your keywords, maybe you could do nicotine withdrawal or tobacco or something that is just it means the same thing. The book would be the same subjects, but it would just be a slightly different alternative keyword phrase. So cigarette addiction instead of how to quit smoking, something like that. You could do like the cigarette addiction cure or something. So you want to do keyword research and figure out how you can find something with low competition and pretty good search volume. Number 4, make the title more compelling than your competition. So if you're looking at your competition, Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, the easy way to stop smoking, that's pretty compelling. It's supposed to be easy. It's a way to stop smoking. Join the millions who have become non-smokers using this way. You know, that's pretty hard to beat. So you're probably not going to compete against that really. But you can use certain tools and get some ideas for how to create a compelling title when you find a keyword phrase that you feel like you can rank for. One tool that I recommend you look at is the CoSchedule Headline Analyzer. So when you type in your keyword title here, you can click Analyze Now, you sign into your account or create a new one, and they'll give you your results telling you how good your title is on a scale of, 1 to 100 or whatever their scale is. And then it'll also give you like a letter grade. But what it does is it looks at the type of title you have, whether it's a how-to title or a list title or a question title. Those are the 3 types that really do well. So in this case, it would be a how-to title because it says how to quit smoking. A list title would be like 20 ways to quit smoking. Those tend to get more engagement. Another thing, you want to use power words and emotional words instead of just keywords. So your keywords are quit smoking. You have a how-to title. But you also want to include some other words that make it more compelling, like how to quit smoking easily, or best ways to quit smoking, or how to quit smoking quickly, or something like that, so that it makes it even more appealing to potential readers. To get an idea of what kind of titles do very well as far as getting people to click them, you can look at yahoo.com. Although I'm not a very big fan of their search engine, compared to Bing and Google, it's not as good, I don't think. But you can look at their front page and find all kinds of news stories. They do a very good job of finding popular content that people would love to click, and a lot of it's news related. But what you can do is see how a good title is written. They use controversy, they use emotional words, they use small quotes, they use big numbers, things like that to draw you in and make you want to click. So you can apply those concepts that you find a pattern from on Yahoo to your book titles. And if you want just a list of good words to include in your titles that will make it convert better, bufferapp.com did a great post called 189 Powerful Words That Convert. And I'll have a link to this page for you, but it basically lists a bunch of words that make people more likely to be interested in your title, like using the word free or the word you or because. Amazing, offer, quick, easy. You'll notice that a lot of the best writers use these as well, the ones that really are good at selling books. So if you include certain words, if you make it more compelling than your competition, chances are you'll rank better, you'll get more purchases of your book. Number 5, get a professional book cover. So instead of wasting a lot of time doing it yourself, unless you're just really artistic and really good with Photoshop or something, I recommend you just get it done, okay? Now, you can do it yourself, completely free. I know I'm talking mostly about free strategies for this, but I personally used Fiverr to get my book covers done, and they did a pretty good job, pretty efficient. It's only $5. Another place you can get book covers done is 99 Designs. This is where I would go for a book that I want to change the world, to be read by millions of people, and to be a bestseller. It would cost you a couple hundred at least to get a book cover from them, but if you want to write just one incredible book that will change lives, then 99 Designs is the better option over Fiverr or just about any other freelance service for book covers. And also, you can use Google search if you want to do it yourself. So let's say I'll go back to normal Google images. So I typed in smoking. You're in Google Images. You don't want to use these images here because these are copyrighted. You would have to pay for the rights to use them legally. To get images that you don't have to worry about that for, go to Google Images, go to Settings, go to Advanced Search, scroll down to Not Filtered by License, and then click Free to Use, Share or Modify even commercially. Advanced Search. And then now these are images that you could use without worrying about legal problems. So you could include these in your cover. So if you want to do it yourself, do something like that. Use Photoshop maybe to edit it. Use Fiverr if you want a cheap way to outsource it, or if you want to do the best of the best, go with 99 Designs. Number 6, write a 15-page book at minimum. That is about the best length to at least get the bare minimum out of a book. Now, you'll find some books that are around this length that are actually best sellers. So the great thing about that is you can do really well with just having a 15-page book if you have really high quality information in it. To make sure that you do well, you need to have your title done, you need to have a really good cover, you need to start out with your book being a very low cost, which like 99 cents would be one to start out with. And you can test how the book does before you add more content to it. Now, that's what a lot of the best book marketers do on Amazon. They write a shorter version of the book while still including a lot of quality content, but they don't expand upon it. They don't make it a longer book unless they know people are buying it. So They test the market before they expand the book. That's something you can do. Have a 15-page book, use Google. I'm on Google Docs right now. You can use Google Docs for free to write the book and format it, or you can use Microsoft Word or something like that. And once you've done that, you want to look at the Kindle publishing guidelines as far as font, as far as structuring it and everything. I'll have a link to this page for you. But basically, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, they kind of edit the book when they publish it to where it's easier for people to read on their phones and their Kindle devices. So you don't need to worry a whole lot about font and stuff like that. I would just start out using Arial, maybe 12-point font, and that will be a good start, and you can kind of read into whether or not you should change anything else. But really, it's pretty straightforward. We'll talk about the actual format of it in a minute. But as far as if you want to have the book written for you, if you want to do some research and just have somebody who's a better writer to actually take the time and write the content for you, which is something that people who mass produce Amazon books do. They don't write their own books because that's very time consuming. You can use a freelance site like Upwork and then hire people to be a ghostwriter. So what you would do is when you want to find freelancers, type in ghostwriter, search, and try to get somebody who will write a book for you without being necessarily credited as the writer. So you can go through, find different people, figure out who would be most qualified, who you can afford, and negotiate a job for them to do it for you. And it could save you a lot of time. Of course, it'll cost you a little money, but it could save you money as well. Or you can just write it yourself, do some research, read the top books, read the top blog posts on the subject, and then try to summarize it into a 15 or 20-page book by yourself. Next thing you want to do is format everything correctly. And if you want to include links, you want to do it in EPUB. EPUB is basically when you do things that allow you to do links. So if you want people to click through to your website or click through to an email offer or to your other books, you would need to do EPUB instead of a Word document or PDF or something like that for your book. So I'll have a page link for you for converting that, but EPUB is kind of how you would want to do that. And of course, then we'll get into the details of your book here. But EPUB, other than that, you can kind of have more freedom as far as the format of your book, Word document, PDF, etc. But if you want to actually have links and mark it within your book, you need to do .epub and have that converted. Now, you can do that for free, of course. As far as publishing the book, we're going to this page here now. So once you've started to publish the book, you have to fill out all this stuff. So you have to have your title. You can have a subtitle. I recommend you have a subtitle with alternative keywords. So a lot of people will do like a short title like how to quit smoking, and then their subtitle would be like the ultimate guide to overcoming cigarette addiction for good. Something like that. So for an example, obviously you'd want to capitalize that, but I'm just doing a quick example for you. So you could do something like that. That's just something off the very top of my head. I'm not really putting a lot of thought into the title right now because, of course, this is just an example. But something like that would probably work pretty well. It's compelling. It uses emotional words. It solves a big problem for a lot of people that are desperate to solve it. And it can do really well. And it has some other keywords in it. So as far as edition number, series information, you don't necessarily need to worry about that stuff right now. You can always edit this stuff later. You don't have to just do a few things and then start over. If the book needs to be edited, you can always edit the information of your book, so just keep that in mind. Now, of course, you can also do all kinds of authors. I would recommend using a pen name that sounds like something that would relate to people. For instance, if you were writing about, if you ended up doing a book about, say, pregnancy or something. Now, I don't recommend that, but if you're going to do that, if you're going to target a certain group of people, like women going through pregnancy, you would want to do an author name, a pen name that is like a woman's name, of course. That sounds trustworthy, probably a fairly easy name to pronounce. That sounds like a nice person's name. So you can kind of use psychology in your pen name. It doesn't have to be the same pen name for all your books. You can have a different author name for each one of your books. So if you're doing a cooking one, you might do, Betty Harrington or something. I don't know. But you could do something that makes more sense. If you think your main audience is American, you might do an American name. Or if you, sometimes even a foreign name can make people think you're more trustworthy, like a foreign doctor. People tend to think foreign doctors have more solutions than local ones for whatever reason. It's just kind of the psychology of marketing. So you would think about things like that when you're choosing your pen name as your author. You don't need to use your exact author name because you don't know exactly how this book is going to turn out yet. Unless, like I said, you're trying to go for a bestseller that is based on your brand for your business or something. So you have an EPUB file. If you're using links, you're doing the keywords and everything in the title and the subtitle. Your author is a pen name that people would trust, that people would associate with the brand more. Your description needs to sell the book. It needs to be very compelling, and it needs to include keywords without just listing keywords. If you list keywords, it's going to be obvious to Amazon that you're just trying to make a quick buck. That's not what you want. You want it to be quality. You want to do like a mini blog post with about 300 words, 250 words or so. Publishing rights. You want to do, I own the rights and the necessary publishing rights, of course, because this is an original book. So you want to do that, and you want to go into keywords like that describe your book, categories that you think you could rank for. So you just kind of have to go through all this stuff. Age range. You don't need to do age range. That's completely optional. I wouldn't even bother with that unless it's like an adult book or something. And then you're ready to release your book now, unless for some reason you want to do pre-order. You probably don't want to do that unless you're just a marketing expert. As far as pricing goes, you want to start at 99 cents to get your first reviews. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this entire page here. That would take a while. But as far as categories, that's another thing. You want to search for probably nonfiction. You want to go for stuff that you feel like you could rank in. So you might want to also look at the competition on Amazon as far as different categories. But you want to go for something fairly specific. Let's say you go with self-help. Compulsive, let's say we have all kinds of substance abuse and addictions. So if you're doing like drugs, or you want to do how to quit smoking or something, then I don't know what. Okay, I'll talk about that more in a minute. That just popped up. But as far as creating your categories, that is the kind of thing you want to look at. Is maybe if you're doing how to quit smoking or something, you would do like substance abuse and addictions. You do general, you do drugs, tobacco. So you want to do pretty specific categories that you could be the best seller in. You don't want to do general categories where you're not going to be one of the top people. So that's another thing. Look at your specific categories. Use keywords. Use the keyword phrases that you found in the Google Keyword Planner to put there, and that will help you rank as well. So just fill this out. Make sure you include a miniature blog post here. Have keywords throughout. Use a pen name that people would trust and maybe would associate with your audience. And don't use your own name unless you're going for like a bestseller. Book title, of course, we already went over the book title. You're using your keyword phrase that you researched and what you went through in the headline analyzer. And then you have more keywords and something very compelling as the subtitle. Then you go to the next page, and all you do after that is you really just set the pricing and publish your book and actually upload it. So that's all you really have to do. It's very straightforward. The next page is just your cover, uploading the book, and then Kindle ebook pricing, of course. Like I said, do it at 99 cents first, then go for a price raise to about $2.99. You don't want to have a huge price because people's expectations will be too high. And if you're doing a really short book, you don't want that. So it's 99 cents to get your first few reviews. And once you have enough reviews to potentially rank, then you raise the price to $2.99, and that's when you start really making money. Number 9, get reviews and market it. Of course, like I said, start out with a low price and you'll get more reviews. About 1 in every 1,000 people that read the book or download the book, most people won't read the entire thing, but about 1 in every 1,000 people will leave a natural review. So that's not very good. You also need to promote your book because of this. But you don't want to do anything shady. Like, for instance, people used to go on Fiverr and buy ebook reviews. That's no longer going to work. Amazon really went after Fiverr for that and other sites that allowed stuff like that. So you can't pay people to do reviews. You also can't get family members to do reviews. Some people will tell you you can. That doesn't work anymore. That's just kind of a shady practice that Amazon has cracked down on. As far as getting reviews, I have an entire guide to how to do this for you. It's called How to Get Unlimited Verified Kindle Ebook Reviews. And what I mean by verified reviews, that means people have actually bought the book and it's a top level review because it's somebody who's actually looked at the book. So otherwise, if it's not verified, that means they could have just gone there and put a review without even reading it. So I'll have a link to this page for you. But I show you all kinds of different tutorials, different ways to get unlimited Kindle ebook reviews. But reviews really are what rank your book along with the keywords that we talked about. If you look at books, it's all about, how good your rating is and how many reviews you have to beat your competition. Also, you can look for top reviewers on Amazon and reach out to them. Maybe give them a gift card so they can get the book for free, and then they will review it for you. So you would go to Google top Amazon reviewers, and it'll give you a list of the top reviewers who basically review for like a hobby, and people, they just really love doing in-depth reviews. People get free stuff from doing reviews, so that's why they do it. And you can get if you can get just a few of these people by reaching out to them on this list to review your book, and you actually deliver a good book, then that can help as well. And last but not least, of course, you want to increase your price after the first 10 or so reviews. So if you can get to where you're in the top 3 results or so, or wherever your goal result is, Then you up it to $2.99 once you're ranking. So once you're in the top position, for instance, if you want to be number 1, if you're in this top position here, you raise the price to at least $2.99 or so. Like I said, you don't want it to be too high, depending on what kind of book it is, but you want to make sure that you have as many reviews as you need first before raising the price, because more people will try the book for 99 cents and review it than if it's more of a high-end book. And if you want to take it to the next level and actually get to where you can use templates for this type of stuff, creating books and doing it in a mass way to where you are creating multiple books per week, I actually recommend a certain course for you. It's called K Money Mastery. I also recommend K Boards if you want to go and find more reviewers. It's actually a forum for nothing but Kindle publishing, so you can also find reviewers here. But K Money Mastery basically is a great course that you can take. It's like $7. And I'll have a link to that page for you as well. You can read through this, but I've actually taken this course. It's been very helpful when I was starting out publishing books. And it's done by Stephen James. You may have seen him on YouTube before. But he's one of the biggest experts I know of on the internet when it comes to selling books on Amazon. So, from a multi-millionaire guy who pretty much specializes in Amazon, that's a great course. It's $7. I mean, you don't really have much to lose. So I'll have a link to that page for you as well. If you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned something that can help you publish books on Kindle, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. If you want to let me know about some other strategies for selling books on Kindle, specifically ebooks for free, that I didn't mention, or you want to let me know what you thought about the video, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always looking for feedback to improve these videos for you. And I'll have all the notes, all the resources, all the links, show notes, and related content to this video on one page for you on selfmadesuccess.com. You can go there under the video title to find that page so that you can get the most out of this. Or you can find that link in the video description. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a great day.